Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are amazing. I know it's been a while, but we are back, and today we are looking into all the hype around Affinity. I've seen a lot of Instagram reels talking about this is a free design software that is competing with Adobe softwares. This is just a rundown of me using Affinity for the very first time. This is not a tutorial. So I have Affinity over here. Let's just drag it into applications. Now the main thing is that with Affinity, can it replace Photoshop and Illustrator? Because recently me and my team, we have shifted to Figma. Not like completely, obviously Figma can't do most of the things that Photoshop can do in terms of like textures and all of that stuff, but it is getting there. But we are doing a lot of stuff in Figma and it's really helping us out. So let's see. Okay, it's telling me to sign up or sign in with Canva. Let's do that. Okay, so once you open, it shows you this video for first look. You know what? We'll actually watch it. We'll just watch it. Your usage data can really help us share improvements. No, I don't want to share my data. Learn the essentials. Watch it. Nope, I just want to start creating. Okay, so we have some presets, some intro to Affinity. Okay, and I think we will just start with an A3 poster. Okay, boom. Okay, amazing. Let's make it full screen. So the first thing we are looking at, so we have a layers panel, we have a lot of things. So this looks like Photoshop, just slightly bigger, but I think obviously you can change your sidebar sizes and stuff. Okay, so you can make a shape over here, perfect. Makes you a layer over here, amazing. And usually I would play a lot with, okay, so you can go to pen tool and then you can play with the pen tool, make a bunch of shapes. Okay, so let's try to make a cool poster and see how does that look. Okay, interesting. So we go to, okay, so you can search from pixel to vector. Okay, that sounds like a very interesting thing. I don't know how does that help, because I think, you know, like in my process, Photoshop is a different thing, Illustrator is different, and now you can see it all together. Let's see how does that translate. I think even Figma does that part too. But okay, so we have shapes. Let's see with text, how do we go? Okay, so honestly, most of the tools, shortcuts, everything feels very much like Photoshop. Interesting. And when I right click, rasterize, we have pretty much all of the same options, so I don't feel like we are missing out on anything so far. There are a few things that I do that when I am working on this. So let's say I will go to pixels, okay, and I'll take like an image and I'll play around with, like, you know, just trying. Oh wow, we have an Affinity sponsor on over here. But usually what I do is I take an image. Let's go to photos and let's search for a cat. Okay, so many cool cat photos. Okay, I like this one, you know, with the crown and stuff. Let's select this photo. Let's actually download it. Affinity. Okay, amazing. Okay, this is our image. Now press okay. Okay, so one thing that I would always do is I'd go to pixel. I would like to apply some filters. Okay, so we have the blur option, same as distort. Okay, what do we have over here? Pixelate, displace. In distort, I would always play around with half color, half tone. That feature, I don't think it's over there, or maybe it is with just a different name. Polar to rectangle, rectangle to polar. What does this do? Okay, interesting. Let's look into distort, lens distortion. Okay, let's see, does it have like a threshold effect that I always use? Because I feel like whenever I'm using like a different software, no matter what it is, even with Figma, I'd get like stuck in some places, so you have to like YouTube that. But let's see how far we can go without YouTubing something. Posterize, vector, black and white, gradient map. Interesting. Okay, very cool. Let's change the color to something different. Very cool. I like the color wheel thing that's going on over here. And it automatically made a new layer on top, which is good. Rather than sometimes in Photoshop, if you are on the image, so it exactly just takes the image and just does it on top of it. So then you have to go back, make it a smart object, and then do it, or either apply like an adjustment layer. But okay, it gives an option to merge. Okay, I think we'll merge it for now. Okay. Next thing is, if I press Ctrl I, does it invert? Yes, it does. Okay, let's look into layout. What does layout do? Okay, layout is like, is this like the InDesign part of it? What is Canva AI? Make the cat jumping. Okay, this is how they make money, guys. The AI part is where you make money, which is good. Okay, I don't care about the AI part right now. Perfect. Okay, let's go to pixel. How do we create a threshold? Let's figure that part out. So I'm sure if we go to pixel, nope, layer, no layer, posterize. Okay, very cool, very interesting. Hey, look at me, I'm Andy Warhol now. Look at this. Wow. Okay, let's see with text. When we place text, it's not letting me just like place text like in Photoshop. When I would click, it let me type. Right now it is asking me to make a box, and let's say Gato. Control A. Let's increase the size. Is it giving me the slider? It's not, so I have to manually do it. I think it's like Figma. Let's take like a nice font. Okay, right click, let's pressurize it. Okay, amazing. Let's yep. And does it have all of the, okay, it also has all of the adjustment layers as we would want it to have. Okay, very cool, very interesting. Okay, yeah, so threshold is something. Let's select all of these, let's merge selected. Okay, so we just have one layer. Okay, the eye is on the right side instead of the left side. Interesting, which is fine. Let's do this. Okay, so pretty much what I'm realizing is that all of the shortcuts are the same. Everything is, I just can't find the threshold thing, but I don't think that would be a big issue to figure out. That's just like a personal favorite tool that I really like. But other than that, I feel like everything is pretty much the same. Let's look into vector. Okay, so it changes into a vector mode. I want to kind of get deeper into like, why is that? Okay, we can make a gradient. Is that like a gradient? Oh, it made it on the same layer. Okay, that means I need to make a new layer. Okay, perfect. Let's make a gradient. If I double click on it, would it let me change? Oh, this is a nice gradient tool. It just lets you change it over here. Okay, and let's play around with this. Let's see if we can get like a cool effect. Is there an option to go 3D? Do they have a 3D option? Okay, I can't find a 3D option. Okay, so interesting. So overall, I think it looks good. Let's check out one of those things, exporting from thing. Okay, let's try to see how do we export. What if this, let's just remove this. Let's make it 100%. Okay, let's say I want to save this file, export as. Okay, we have PNG, we have GIF, we have PNG. Okay, a lot of different qualities of PNGs. Perfect. JPEG. Okay, and what about the size? If I press Ctrl S, let's just save it as Cato test. Okay, what file are we getting? Are we getting a PSD? I don't think so. Okay, so we are getting a Affinity document. Okay, very interesting. So the file type is AF. So would AF work with PSD? Right click, open with, or let's just drag it into Photoshop. Let's see if that would work. And I don't think so it would. Nope, it does not. So I'm sure there are like other ways to kind of make that happen. But going back to Affinity, I think everything is pretty cool. Does it have artboards is the question. Okay, you can do the same thing with type. You just have to, there are like 2 type buttons. Okay, so I figured that part out too. Using like 10 minutes of Affinity, I feel like it's pretty cool. And I think when my next subscription ends with Adobe, I can think about this, to be very honest. But honestly, like, I need Photoshop, no, I need Premiere Pro, and I need After Effects. We don't have a replacement for that. We may have a replacement for Premiere Pro with like DaVinci or something else, but we don't have anything for After Effects. Maybe there is, but I'm just so used to the software itself. But it is a big change, but I'm very happy we have something like this, because whenever I have like these design boot camps and everything, the first question is, for most of the students, they're like, okay, how do we, like, what do we do, right? Having a tool like this would really make everything much more smoother. Okay, so we have a lot of other things. Okay, this is very cool. So we have compositing, typography, retouching. Okay, so this is just focused on type. This is very cool. Okay, interesting. Let me just make a new document, but let's just play around with like, what do they have over here? Intro to Affinity. Let's check this out. So it starts off with a vector. We have a path brush tool. Okay, amazing. We have a bunch of layers to play around with. Okay, we have pixels too. Okay, interesting. Customizing. So we can customize our, oh, okay, this is cool. Okay, I want to look into that. Never mind, I don't want to watch the intro. But we have this button to bring in more tools. Okay, this is very cool. Even though I know you can do the same thing in Photoshop, but I feel like this just makes it easier, because I have like very specific tools that I use, and those are like part of my workflow. So most of the tools I won't even use, and I'm sure like everyone has their own set of tools that they use, so this kind of really helps doing that. Define tool, apply image tool. Okay, very cool. Halftone, here is that tool. Let's what can I do with this? Can I bring it here? Oh, I can. Okay, amazing. Let's see, how does that work? Cell size. Okay, Control Shift N. Let's do this. Okay, and let's look at this. Oh, here is our tool, the threshold tool. Okay, amazing. So this is one of my favorite tools. Okay, so you can increase the contrast if you want to. You can increase the cell size. Okay, perfect. And doing this with like text just makes it so cool and interesting. It just adds so much more character. I mean, this is something that I always enjoy. Let's see what the color version is. Okay, so this is, so I got both the tools that I was looking for, the color halftone and the threshold. So we have it over here. And then we have options with this too. Okay, lovely. Okay, line, circular. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. This changes everything. Like for example, if I go here, let's go to our Cato. Amazing. Let's go to pixel. Okay, let's make a new layer. Okay, and let's click on, where's my halftone? Was it in vector or was it over here? Okay, it's not over here. Let's bring it again. Halftone. Okay, so I think there are a lot of tools that I can find from here, but let's close this. Let's click on this and let's play around. Will it let me? Why not? Yep. Okay, here we are. Amazing. This is what I was looking for. One of my favorite tools. Okay, perfect. So now that I have this tool, I think, you know what? I may shift to Affinity, but having this is fine, because sometimes a lot of things can happen, like a lot of things can go bad. Like Adobe has a lot of weird practices also, so this is something good for a change. And if anyone who is starting out, you know, they can like take a 15-day trial, but like, is 15 days enough to start out and experiment? No. So Affinity is amazing. When you start out, you can play around with it. If you don't want to be a graphic designer, you can delete it. Okay, you don't have to commit to like a month long or like a year long subscription with Adobe. So yeah, I think this was a small video. Just wanted to actually experience Affinity with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.